ekran paylaşımı yapacağım. Webinar serimizde bugün tanıtımlarda da duyurduğumuz üzere zaten şu an buradaysanız mailimizi ya da SMS'lerimizden birisini almış olmanız gerekiyor. Bu hafta ve önümüzdeki haftalarda İtalya'daki bazı okulları ağırlayacağız. Bunlardan bir tanesi bugün Domus Academy ki keza kendisi tasarım alanında özellikle İtalya'da ve Avrupa'da oldukça popüler bir okul. Okul yetkilisi Paola Romano bugün bizimle birlikte olacak. Ağırlıklı olarak yüksek lisans programları ve İtalya'daki burs yarışmaları hakkında bize bilgi verecek ya da burs alternatifleriyle alakalı olarak bazı bilgiler sunacak. Bunun akabinde zaten farklı etkinliklerimiz de olacak. Keza zaten etkinlikler sayfamıza girdiğinizde bunları görebileceksiniz. Şuradan baktığımız zaman Academix'in web sitesine girdiğinizde yaklaşan etkinliklerimizi burada görebilirsiniz. 23 Mart'ta keza yine bir İtalya'daki özel üniversite olan Katolika'yı ağırlayacağız. Burada da yine lisans ve yüksek lisans olanaklarıyla alakalı bir saatlik bir webinarımız olacak. Bugünkü Domus Academy etkinliği keza gerçekleşecek. Akabinde yine Istituto Marangoni, şu an etkinlikler henüz işlenmedi ama Istituto Marangoni ve NABA etkinliklerimizle de süreci tamamlayacağız. Yanlış hatırlamıyorsam 31 Mart'ta Marangoni, 20 Nisan'da da NABA'nın etkinliği olacak ve onlar da sitemize işlenecek. Kısa bir Academix'le alakalı bir bilgi verdikten sonra sözü çok da uzatmadan Paola'ya bırakacağım ve o programlarla alakalı bize bilgi verecek. Bu esnada gelen kişileri de almaya devam ediyorum. Academix özelinde konuşacak olursak kısa bir giriş yapacağım. Academix 96 senesinden beri sektörde var olan bir firmayız. Şimdiye kadar toplamda 42 bin civarında öğrencinin yurt dışı hayalleriyle buluşmasını sağladık. Dünyada 300'den fazla anlaşmalı okulla partnerliğimiz mevcut ve 30'dan fazla ülkeyle hizmet veriyoruz. Şu an için şube sayımız ekranda gördüğünüz üzere 12, ancak yakın tarihte de yine açıklanacak şubelerimiz olacak ve bu esnada da sitemizden de bu lokasyonları takip edebilirsiniz. Şu anda bizim Taksim, Beşiktaş, Kadıköy, Bakırköy, Ataşehir, Ankara, Bursa, İzmir, Tekirdağ, Gaziantep, Kayseri ve Bodrum şubelerimiz aktif olarak hizmet vermekte. Yani İstanbul'da bizi 5 farklı lokasyonda bulabileceksiniz. Bunun dışında Türkiye'de hangi şehirde olduğunuzun çok da bir önemi yok. Keza bizim yurt dışından da öğrencilerimiz çok fazla var. Size en yakın şubeyle alakalı zaten bir dönüş yapacağız ve etkinlik sonrasında zaten bilgi formunda doldurduğunuz ya da bulunduğunuz şube seçimine göre en yakın şubeye de sizi aktaracağız ve şubedeki danışmanlarımız sizlere ulaşacaklar. Ama ola ki bir aksi bir durum ihtimaline karşında bize ulaştığınız takdirde Domus Academy etkinliğine katılmıştım demeniz yeterlidir. Biz size en kısa mesafedeki danışmanı size online olarak atayacağız ve sürecinizle alakalı takipte bulunacaklar. Bahsettiğim gibi şu an bizim Türkiye'de yani 12 tane şubemiz var. Bu muhtemelen 14 olarak yakında güncellenecek ve bu süreçte biz öğrencilerimize çeşitli konularda zaten paket olarak hizmet sunuyoruz. Ücretsiz bir danışmanlık yapılması, okullara başvuru süreçlerinin ilerletilmesi, profesyonel bir şekilde kabul evraklarının derlenip toparlanması, niyet mektuplarının yazılması, portfolyo tavsiyelerine kadar keza bazen paket halinde bir hizmet sunuyoruz ve bunun akabinde öğrencilere konaklama organizasyonu, sigorta ya da uçak bileti organizasyonu gibi kısımlarda da paket olarak bir hizmet veriyoruz ve verdiğimiz bu danışmanlıktan da herhangi bir ücret almıyoruz. Öğrencilerin sordukları genel sorulardan bir tanesi bu oluyor. Başvurumu kendim yapsam mı, acentayla mı yapsam daha ekonomik olur? Açık konuşmak gerekirse acentayla yapmak çok daha faydalı olacaktır ki acentalarla paylaşılan özel indirimler olabiliyor ya da özel burs tarihleri olabiliyor ya da milliyete özel burslar olabiliyor. Bu gibi kısımları kaçırmama adına gerek Domus gerek diğer okullar için buna dikkat etmenizi tavsiye ederim. Memnuniyetle yardımcı olacağız. Ücretsiz danışmanlık kapsamında bugün ya da bundan sonraki süreçte eğer düşünürseniz. Academix olarak ödüllü bir firmayız. Yani bunu örneği verirken aslında hep aynı örneği kullanıyorum. Bir nevi sektörün Oscar ödülleri gibi düşünebilirsiniz. Study Travel Magazine tarafından düzenlenen Avrupa'da Doğu Avrupa'nın en iyi acentası seçilmiş bir acentayız ve son 5 senedir finale kalıyoruz ve son 3 yıldır da ödülün sahibiyiz. Pandemi sebebiyle bu sene gerçekleşemedi ama eğer gerçekleşseydi ki 2021 Eylül'de olacak, şu anda yine finale kalan acentalardan birisiyiz ki umarım ünvanımızı koruma şansımız olacak partnerlerimiz ve öğrencilerimiz sayesinde. Academix bünyesinde bizim programlarımızı zaten web sitemizden görebilirsiniz. Bugün ağırlıklı olarak İtalya, tasarımla alakalı konuşacağız, master'la alakalı konuşacağız. Ama bunun dışında aklınızda farklı olası planlarınız varsa da biz size dil okulu, lisans, yüksek lisans, MBA ya da sınav hazırlık kurslarına yardımcı olabiliyoruz. Ya da 18 yaş altı çocuklar için junior yaz kamplarımız var. Ya da Avrupa'da olabilir, Amerika'da, Kanada'da, Avustralya'da, İrlanda'da, bazen İngiltere'de kısa dönem sertifika programları ya da diploma programları düşünüyorsanız da bu konuda bir hizmetimiz var. Ya da ülkenizde aldığınız eğitimi yaz döneminde Amerika'da alacağınız ekstra kredilerle daha kısa sürede eritebileceğiniz Summer Session programları var. University of California bünyesinde verilen. Bu konuda da zaten biz partnerlerimiz üzerinden size ücretsiz bir servis verebiliyoruz. Lise değişim programları, vize danışmanlığı, sigorta, konaklama ve çeviri hizmetlerinde de keza biz full paket bir hizmet sağlıyoruz öğrencilerimize. Zaten web sitemizi ziyaret ettiğiniz zaman bünyemizdeki bütün programları görebileceksiniz. Ki az önce listede gördüğünüz bütün programları burada da web sitemizde görebilirsiniz. Web sitemiz oldukça zengin bir içeriğe sahip. Yani programların kabul koşulları, başvuru tarihleri, dönem tarihleri, ücretleri, mevcutsa bursları gibi sürekli güncellenen bir sitemiz var ki hatta güncel olarak burslarımızı da takip edebileceğiniz web sitemizde ayrı bir bölüm mevcut. Buradan da güncel burs yarışmaları ve benzer imkanlar olduğu zaman buradan da takip edebileceksiniz diyorum ve bize ulaşmak istediğiniz zaman dediğim gibi sunum esnasında chat kısmından everyone değil de direkt private olarak bana da detay gönderebilirsiniz. Ya da zaten eğitim sonrasında da danışmanınızın size ulaşmasını bekleyebilirsiniz. Bu ikisi olmazsa da bize web sitemizden ya da ekranda gördüğünüz Merkez Taksim şubemize de ulaşarak en yakın şubenizdeki danışmanın size ulaşmasını talep edebilirsiniz diyorum. Ve sözü okul yetkilimiz Paola'ya bırakacağım. Paolo.
Hello, here I am.
Today. Actually, I just gave very short, brief information in Turkish for the academics.
I got something.
So
Not a lot, but yeah.
Now we have some partners either from. I see many names on the chat board. So we have 31 participants at that moment. I will keep them get inside during the presentation, so they are still coming. But feel free to start for you right now. So it's on your turn. And
okay.
If you need my support, just please let me know.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So very nice to meet you all. My name is Paola Romano. I am enrollment and admission specialist for Domus Academy. And I'm very happy to be here today. I do really like to meet, even if these days it's online. Some of the students that could be interested in our programs. So that's great for me. I do have a little presentation for you today. So I will share it with you. If you have questions, feel free to ask, no problem. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see the chat box on live. So probably we will answer to the questions later, or I can get help. So we will see how it goes.
No sure.
Okay, so I will start sharing my screen for you to see the presentation. So let me just check about the audio. Yes. Okay. So first of all, Domus Academy Milano. We are a design school in Milan. We do have programs. We are, as you can see also from my banner, we claim to be the most visionary postgraduate design school, and I will explain to you what we mean by that. But I first have a video for you. Let me just see if it works. I will put the volume a little bit down because I don't want anyone to experience hearing loss. Okay, so let's start then.
Domus Academy is about meeting people. I remember when I first got here, I got the chance to get to know people from all over the world. It was really exciting.
Yeah, we all became friends, and not only with your classmates, actually you get to know everybody. It's like a big community. You work all together all day and then you just go out and explore the city.
Milan has a lot to offer, from the design week, the fashion week, exhibitions, talks. There is always something happening.
We're learning a lot not only about the city, but about ourselves throughout this journey as well.
Working with people from all over the world, developing projects, discussing ideas, inspired me a lot and made me grow.
Here at Domus Academy, we provide our students with understanding of how to work with design thinking. It doesn't matter where they work, what type of work. We help them to develop the thought process needed to come up with the solution to any problem that might arise.
Teachers and tutors are very friendly and supportive. They often provide us a practical approach to learning, give us really important feedback.
They're always showing us new trends, pushing us to be innovators instead of repeating what has been done before.
Domus Academy offers a practical approach to learning, making it really easy for us to grasp design concepts.
In workshops, we work with actual real brands and clients.
We're given the opportunity to bridge the gap between the academic and professional world by constantly collaborating with companies and design studios. This is important to me because I've been able to challenge myself while working alongside professional designers and experts.
Coming here and meet people from around the world and learning design from the city of Milan has opened up my perspective in a multi-dimensional way.
I really came a little bit out of my German bubble.
In just 1 year, Domus Academy has helped redefine my career and brought me closer to the person I aspire to become.
Domus Academy is an environment that fully cultivates design thinking, and it's a place that gives us the practical tools that's going to equip us for the future and for our careers, while also allowing us to be individuals and exploring our ideas.
Domus Academy has given me international perspective.
For me, Domus Academy was the start of a great new experience.
Okay, great. Could you hear it, right? Was the sound okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Oops, sorry, not again. Okay, so you have seen a little video. I think the video is kind of an indication. You have seen some of our former students of Domus Academy of a couple of years back. But as you had the possibility to see, also the panorama of students is quite varied. You have seen students from Germany, the other girl was Lebanese, United States, so the Chinese student also. So the panorama is quite varied. We really have people coming from all over the world to Domus Academy. It makes it very special because it makes it a very international school to be into. But going through a little bit short introduction on who we are, in a sense. We are an academy that was founded back in 1982. And it was one of the first postgraduate design schools in Italy. At the beginning, it was very much revolving around design and fashion, Italian design and fashion. Then it got a little bit with more programs and differentiation also among the fashion and design field. When I interact with students, obviously there is a big thing in between. It's a huge decision. Every university is. So sometimes students ask me, yes, but why should I choose Domus Academy? What I can do is definitely tell them what are our strength points. First of all, we are one of the highly ranked academies in Italy, but worldwide. We have just entered in the top 5 of QS. We were the 5th school for fashion and art and design, in Italy. So that's a great recognition also from the QS ranking. We do have some recognized degrees. So what you get at the end of the master is an academic master first level that you could use all over the world. It will be recognized worldwide. Then something that we will see a little bit more in detail later, but our students have the possibility to customize their study plan, putting into their master the possibility of doing workshops and projects also from other fields and disciplines. So that's something that our students find very interesting, and depending on what they want to do after, they can adapt their study plan, going towards that direction anyway. Another very huge point for us is our methodology. The master is very much practical. It's about working on projects and projects and projects all the time. It's not really studying on books, but we call it learning by designing. Our students grow and learn working on the projects themselves. Other thing that I mentioned before is that we're in Milan. So it's one of the biggest cities for what concerns fashion and design. So definitely it's a good plus. Here in Milan, it's a very active environment. We do have events all the time, and that's a good, let's say, that's a good place to be into for the students, because they can also feel inspired by the city. That's very important, and they can feel inspired by our students in themselves, because again, they come from all over the world. We have students coming from 41 different countries all over the world, so it's a very international master experience. And part of the master, we will see it more in detail later, is the professional experience. So this is what we mean. I already explained it, what we mean by learning by designing. We work a lot on the projects, on real life projects. So that's our methodology. Our students work on the projects, and that's very important for us. As you may know, Domus Academy has 11 one-year master programs in different fields. We have recently opened new programs like semester programs and short courses, but always in the postgraduate panorama always. And there is a news that I will share later about also our programs. That what we are mostly known for are our master's programs. Again, they are accredited by the Italian Ministry of Education, so recognized all over the world. They are completely in English language, full-time, and they grant you a master that is 60 ACTS. But keep in mind, there is a news I will share also later about that. This is our masters. We have 11 again in different areas. I will go more in detail later on each one of them, but keep in mind we do have 4 areas. First one, that is the most popular among Turkish students anyway. It's the design area with product design, interior and living design, and urban vision and architectural design. Following that, we also have the fashion area with fashion design, fashion management, and fashion styling and visual merchandising. Then we do have the business area with business design and luxury brand management, and the emerging field of the experience area with interaction design, service design, and visual brand design. Again, I will go more in detail about them later, but just know that to introduce our schools and our programs, these are our 11 masters. Before, I was talking about the possibility of customizing your path. And here I will explain to you how this happens. So the master has 5 modules. There is someone with the mic on. Okay, great. Sorry, the master has 5 modules. The first 4 modules that you see here are composed by 2 weeks of classes, and then from 4 to 6 weeks of workshops, depending. The last 2 are even longer than that. And the first 2 are very much mandatory and related to the master that you're going to choose. The first 2 workshops more in detail, while the third module has a free workshop, a free and elective workshop. What does it mean? It means that you have the possibility here, when it comes into play the customization of the program, you have the possibility of putting a workshop from another master. For example, let's say that you're interested in interior and living design, but you could be interested in putting into some skills and a project from product design. That is possible to do in Domus Academy with the customization of the program. Then the 4th module is a final project workshop. Is the biggest, it's the longest, is the most important in a sense. And while the first 3 workshops are done in small groups from 2 to 5 people usually, the final project workshop is done mainly individually. Something else I forgot to mention is that every workshop is done in collaboration with a brand or a company. That's very important, because in Domus Academy, being a master, we help our students find a job after the master as soon as possible. And it's a very practical master. So definitely our aim is to help our students go and enter in the job market as soon as possible. We do this offering them a lot of connection, a lot of networking, and I will show you later a little bit more about that. But just know that every workshop is in collaboration with a brand or a company. How it works is that we have a brand, obviously, and someone from the brand coming to Domus Academy, giving the brief to the students, and the students work in small groups. In the case of the first 3 modules, they do have revisions, and they do have the presentation of the final project in front of the project leader, coming directly from the company. So that's a huge spotlight for them. Another important module in which they can build their networking is the professional experience. And I think I will show you later what we mean by that. But always, let's say in the majority of the cases, our students choose to go for an internship that is 2 months long in one of the brands and the companies that we have the collaborations with. At the end of the program, what they do is a final presentation. So they know thesis to write. They will put together all the projects that they have done, and they will present it to the commission, the final commission. Going more in detail regarding the professional experience, we have 3 options for the students. One is the internship, that is the most popular choice. Obviously in one of the companies and the brands or the studios that we work with. How it works is that we do have a very strong career service that helps our students find the internship. And the students do have interviews. So also the company has to like them, like in real world, but the internship, it is guaranteed for all the students. If a student doesn't want to do the internship, we also have 2 more options. One is the field learning experience, in which the students work as a consultant for a company. And the other experience that we have is the entrepreneurship experience, in which, let's say, if a student has an idea of their own brand or their own company, we help them develop and gain the managerial skills they will need to start their own company. Just to mention how strong our career service is, Keep in mind that we have 11 masters and a number of students for each master, and we do have 3 intakes. So just imagine how many internships they activate for all of the students. So it's a very good machine that works very well to help our students anyway to gain their experiences. This slide is about the networking, that for us it's very important. For us, the contact with the brands and the companies is what makes Domus Academy very special. There are a lot of opportunities, a lot of brands we work with. These are just a few, but as you can see, they're also quite different among them. We have fashion brand, we have jewelry brand, we have hotelry, magazines, design studios. So as you can see, just to name a few: Coca-Cola, Technogym, Forever Mark, Parcayet Milano, Airbnb, Trussardi. So some of them are quite big brands, and this is the reality the students will get to face. That's a big part of all of our masters, and we want our students to get exposed to that kind of spotlight in order for them to take all the possibilities that they will have in Domus Academy. That's very important for us. Another important thing to notice is that the extra European students can work, can work and can stay in Italy 1 year more after their graduation, because we help them change their study visa into a job-seeking visa for 1 year more for our students. This is also very important for us. Our employment rate is very important, and it's very high. It's 95%. This is accordingly to the last survey that was conducted. We will have a new one very soon. But anyway, the employment rate has always been that high since the very beginning. Our students are very much followed also after the master to find jobs. And to find job opportunities for them to develop further in the job department. Something that I was kind of mentioning before, but we will have, this is kind of a news also for us. It's very new. From September 2021, we will have the possibility of granting our students the possibility of accessing to a double award master's programs. So when students, will talk to Domus Academy, they will have 2 possibilities. One is to go for the master that is accredited by the Italian Ministry of Education, like we have always had. But if they want, they will also have the possibility to go for the double award master program. It means that they will have 2 masters at the end of their path. One is the academic master degree that is validated by the Italian Ministry of Education, plus they will have the Master of Arts degree validated thanks to Regent's University London, so getting the UK validation. This is very exciting for us and for our students, because they will have the possibility of putting in their CV 2 different degrees that they got at the same time. And you will ask me, what is the difference between the 2 programs that we have? In terms of quality, there is no difference. Our masters, also the master accredited by the Italian Ministry of Education, has a good quality in terms of master, and also the Master of Arts, the double award master, will have a great quality because the program is shared between the 2 students from the 2 programs. But the main differences are in the duration of the program, because our master validated via NABA that I showed you also before is 10 months long, while the double award will be 13 months. And in terms of ACTS, the Italian accredited master will have 60 credits, while the double award will get you 90 ACTS. All the students can decide to, from September, can decide to start in any intake and in any master, and every intake and every master will be, there will be the possibility of getting also the double award. In terms of structure, what it changes is that since the double award master is a little bit longer, you will see that the first 5 modules are the same as the NABA, the standard Italian accredited masters, but double award will have kind of 2 modules more. One is the final degree project that is 20 ACTS. It's a very big module in which our students will develop a final degree project. So it will be very challenging, but they will put together what they have learned so far, and they will graduate after it. And something more that the double award students will have is a specific module of 10 ACTS that is called Critical and Creative Framework, in which we challenge students to analyze and work a little bit more on research and analysis and how to, get better at your own projects. And this includes seminars, peer-to-peer reviews, individual sessions. So this is what it usually entails. So in terms of structure, the students will work together up until the end of the 5th module. Then for the students who choose to go for the double award, they will have 2 modules more. So this was a news for our students. I will definitely answer to your question later. So feel free to, if you want to start dropping your questions, I will get back to them later. But going more in detail regarding our masters and what we do is, again, the design area, it's one of our biggest areas that we have in Domus Academy. The first master I would like to present to you is the product design master. You will see that I also have some examples of the workshops, so of the projects that we have developed in the past, not for all of the masters, but for some of them I do have. So feel free to ask in case I am skipping the master of your interest when it comes to the workshops. I can take something for you to explain. Anyway, the master in product design, obviously it's very clear what it is about. Our students of product design usually come from a background of industrial design, or they are interior design, let's say, and they go for product design. What we focus on the master, it's not it's all kind of products in a sense. So we don't focus, let's say, only on furniture, but we focus also on, we have done projects, for example, in the past for Grom ice creams. For them, we designed some packaging, ice cream packaging. Then we have worked, for example, with Tucano to create bags for them. But we have also worked on a visionary project in which they had to design a watch that takes blood pressure without taking any blood. Let's just to name a few. But as you can see, and as it is straightforward, the career opportunities obviously go towards product designing, industrial designing, package designing, product engineering, and product management. This is quite kind of easy to explain as a master. For example, this is another project that I brought for you, kind of an explanation, a couple of photos. This was in collaboration with Olivetti. As you can see, also an indication of how international our master is. You can see it by the names of the students. They are quite different among them in terms of names. So that's gives you a feeling of how international it is. But what they had to do is they had to create a 3D printer for the students to use, children in school to use. And what they had to do was the user can build it and view it, creating also a touch screen that is detachable and to visualize what they're doing with the holograph. So it's kind of also this one is kind of a visionary project. It's definitely something different that they have done for the brand. I don't know if some of you know Olivetti and know it closely, but they have a very strong brand identity. And this was also, let's say, a news for them to work on a 3D printer like this. Regarding then following master in the design area, it's interior and living design. Again, pretty straightforward to explain what it is about, but just know the career opportunities obviously go towards interior design, exhibition design, lighting designing, living designer, and space planner. What I want you though to understand is that even if you choose a master like interior design or product design or other masters, you will still interact with students that come from different backgrounds in themselves, plus different students from different intakes that have maybe more experience or less experience because they just got into Domus Academy, or students that come from other masters but they want to do a workshop in interior design, in product design, and every other workshop. So you will challenge to work not only with your colleagues that are part of the interior and living design master, but with the students from Old Domus Academy. Not obviously not all the masters that we cannot put together, for example, the students from fashion design and interior design because they're quite different. But anyway, you will be able to interact with students that are part of the same area or students that have an interest in the skills to get the workshop and to do the workshop with you. So that's also very interesting for us because students mix and meet, and in themselves, obviously being a master, our students have different backgrounds, not exactly in the design area, but in other master coming from different backgrounds is very common, and I will show you later which master more in specific. But that's an interesting part for us, see how different people with different backgrounds and interests interact, what comes out of people also with different design styles. So that's very interesting. Again, take a notice of the names of the students, quite varied between themselves to understand the internationality of the master. This, for example, was a project in collaboration with Aster Cucine. What they had to do was to create an interactive kitchen they called La Dolce Cucina, that places the audience in a specific film, very famous Italian film that is La Dolce Vita. So obviously they had to analyze first the brand identity, second the movie, and accordingly to that design a kitchen that is it is about that style and goes towards that direction. So obviously the students and the customers enter in this showroom and they need to feel in the shoes of the character of the film. Sorry, there are some kids outside my window. Today I'm working from home, screaming like crazy, so I hope you don't hear them. So, but anyway, sorry for that in case.
All is fine.
Okay, great. Sorry, they're going crazy. I don't know what's happening. But again, sorry for that. But anyway, as I was saying, the customers need to put themselves in the shoes of the character of the master, trying to interact with the surroundings and to learn more about the kitchen furnishings. So this is kind of a different project that they have done. It's kind of interesting because being also in Italy, they also analyze this kind of very typical Italian movie that it's very famous. in Italy, but I think some of you probably have seen it somewhere. Another master is very interesting for our students is the Master in Urban Vision and Architectural Design. This is a different, let's say, master from what you can find elsewhere because it combines both the architectural side but also the urban side. So in terms of students working, they work on projects that are both architecture, very architecture related, and that's it, but also with an attention to the urban planning and landscaping. In fact, in terms of career opportunities, we do have architects, urban planners, urban designer, project researcher, landscape architect, landscape designers. So it's kind of a master that focuses on both aspects, and that's what nice and very awesome about this master. Just to mention a project again, for the design area, I put all three because I know that for Turkish students, it's kind of an interesting area to analyze. So that's why you will see all three of them. But this was, for example, in collaboration with the Metropolitana of Milan. And what they had to do was to create a civic center that can celebrate diversity and community through also its architecture and surroundings. In this civic center, there has to be expositions about people that have different backgrounds, ethnicity, religions, and nationalities that live in the neighborhood. And this project obviously was aimed to create some social bonds and create networks and feel the neighborhood a little bit closer, since Milan is a very multicultural city. Then moving on to the fashion area, we do have three masters as shared before. First one is the Master in Fashion Design, very straightforward. Again, the career opportunities obviously go towards fashion design or accessory design, textile designer, and fashion entrepreneur, or fashion journalist, and merchandiser in some case. But what's interesting for our Master in Fashion Design, and I have a small video about it, is that our students from fashion design, the best ones anyway, have the possibility to participate in the Fashion Graduate Italia, which is a very big event that we do once a year in Milan, in which all the students from the best fashion design schools get to create and showcase their own fashion collection. So this is a huge spotlight for the students to participate in. I have a small video I will show you. Okay, so there was a small video, but as you had the possibility to see, especially in the last part of the video, you have seen our students from fashion design that have created their own collection, and they did the catwalk with the models and the showcasing properly of their collection. So it's a huge spotlight for all the students to be there. Other master that's kind of popular here in Domus Academy is the Master in Fashion Management. This, together with the Master in Luxury Brand Management, They are the master where you can see more variety in terms of backgrounds of what the students, have studied before. What it is about, obviously, it's a combination of fashion and business. It's a very interesting master, and the career opportunities are quite varied, because yes, you could become a fashion brand manager and the fashion buyer, which are the two main, let's say, career paths, but also you can go for being a brand strategy or an event manager, or maybe moving to communication and PR, or become simply a consultant for all the company, for the companies. So yeah, the panorama of opportunities is quite varied. I do have one project for fashion management. This was in collaboration with the Firmen. What they had to do was, this kind of brand created a new concept store in Seoul. And what they wanted to develop was to, how can I say, enhance the brand awareness in Seoul in this case. So adapting everything to the also what is like there, and creating projects and a kind of how can I say, a service and an advertisement campaign for them to go and to make this concept store known in Seoul. So there is also a component of analyzing the place where you are working the project. In this case was Seoul, but we have done different projects with this kind of mentality, adapting to different countries of the world also. So that's very interesting to see also how your project can adapt to your public, to your consumers. The last but not least master in the fashion department is the master in fashion styling and visual merchandising. Anyway, kind of straightforward also in this case in terms of what it is. Obviously, most of our students go for being a fashion stylist or visual merchandisers. It's a career path that here in Milan it's very popular. Having so a lot of different brands all over the city. It's kind of a very popular career path here in Milan. It's an interesting master to go for. For example, I don't have a project here, but I can definitely, this for example that you see in the picture was a project with Ferragamo, in which they had to redesign their window shop to make it attractive. It had a certain kind of theme that the students needed to follow. But as you can see, this is one of the photos of the projects of some of the students anyway. Passing on to the business area, two masters, business design and luxury brand management. When it comes to business design, it's not your classical MBA, because it's a very, we like to describe it anyway, it's a very strategic master. What it means is that our students are challenged to create business models for startups, but also established enterprises. And they are asked to anyway create business models, but also create advertisement campaign, or how to help the brand, open a new store somewhere else, or to launch a new service for the brand, or how to expand the public of the brand. So it's a very strategic master. In fact, in terms of career opportunities, they usually go for being brand and communication strategist, product managers or project managers, business consultants, usually in design-driven companies, but some of them work in startups. Some of them have created their own brand and company in consulting or service. So it's the panorama, again, it's very varied, but don't think about it in terms of MBA. It's not your classical MBA. It's a strategic master to help you develop the strategy for the brands. This is what it's about anyway. Then the other master here is the master in luxury brand management. That it's kind of similar of a master I presented before, the fashion management one. But obviously the difference there comes in the brands they work with. Fashion management works solely with fashion brands, while luxury brand management works with high-end brand, but in different categories. And that could be fashion, hôtellerie, jewelry, wine, and whatever you could think of, but in the luxury department. I do have one workshop in this case with Artemis. What they had to do was to create a digital experience of a luxury furniture e-commerce for the brand. So obviously they had to, being also and seeing also the brand in itself, they had to raise on the Italian craftsmanship and created a visual retail and customer experience design in a specific location in this case. So usually the master in luxury brand, like the one in fashion management, is about promoting the brand. It's about creating new advertisement campaign for the brand, or to help the brand redesign or rebrand themselves, and how to open, let's say, to new customer range, also in different part of the words. Then last but not least area of our masters, and it's a very emerging field, is the experience area. There is a lot of requests right now when it comes to service and interaction design, because really right now on LinkedIn, everything you can look for, it's about UX and UI design. And also in terms of master, they're quite new. It's not new for us because we've been having it for a long time, but it's new on the panorama of schools anyway. It's not a master you can find everywhere. But what it is about, and this is a little bit more difficult to explain respect to the others, what they have to do is, what they do usually in the master is create products, services, or spaces that the people will interact with through a tactile anyway interface. And in terms of career opportunities, UX and UI designer, that is kind of popular right now, but also visual designer, digital strategist, and design manager. When it comes to a question that I get asked often, is what kind of background do you need to have? Because there doesn't really exist a BA in interaction design. When it comes to backgrounds for interaction design, we have had product designer, we have had graphic designers, we have had business students entering in the master in interaction design, because every background is valuable for this kind of master, and we build on what you already have and what you already know how to do to create new services and products in this case. So obviously you don't need a BA in interaction design, doesn't really exist. Also different backgrounds are could be able and eligible to enter into this kind of master. The other master is very popular nowadays. It's the master in service design, and it's about promoting storytelling and prototyping skills, and helping the brands focus on problem solving and business design in order to have new service ideas. And in terms of career opportunities, UX and UI design again, but mainly service designers and design strategists. I have a video because this is very interesting workshops that they have done. The objective was to help citizens to communicate with the Comune di Milano, in this case, the problems that there are in Milan. So it's a very brief video, but it's very interesting and funny. So I will show you. No, why it's not going? Here it is.
Milan, a city full of history, style, beautiful things, beautiful people, and me, exploring it all. Yet, despite the awesomeness of the city, there's a lot of little issues. Things like broken tram signs, street litter, dog poops, graffiti, and potholes. What can we do to fix these things? Introducing the Tell Me app for the Comune di Milano. Citizens can use the app to inform the Comune about any problems that they encounter. It's as easy as taking a picture, submitting it to the city, and following it as it progresses. The more people who submit the issue, the more prioritized it becomes. You can even submit via the hashtag #TellMeApp on social media. It then shows up on the city's dashboard where they can see all of the submitted issues and organize a work crew to fix the problem, like this pothole. When the work is finished, the crew uploads a picture of the completed job, giving you a before and after of a problem that you helped solve. The Tell Me app helps Milanese people work together to help the city understand and solve problems faster. By working with the community, the Comune works better. The Tell Me app for the Comune di Milano.
Okay, great. This also shows you that definitely Milan is a great city, but there are some things that need to be fixed. So this app that the design was about, going towards that direction, helping the Comune to fix the problems of the city. And yeah, so that was very funny and interesting in my opinion. Last but not least, master on the list is visual brand. It's about, let's say, when I describe it like a mixture between graphic design and business design. That's how we usually describe it. And when it comes to career opportunities in this field, what they usually become, the students are visual brand designer, brand managers, brand strategies, or graphic designer, and product strategy mainly. So yes, it's a mixture of graphic design. That's where mainly our students come from, but also with the touch of strategy that nowadays you can find absolutely everywhere, and it's fundamental for whatever you do. So that was it regarding the masters. I don't know if you have questions or there are some questions on the master. Let me just go back.
Actually, Paola, we got one very long question.
Oh, great.
Read, feel free to read, or would you like me to read for you?
Okay, I see a few. Okay, I would like to ask, is product design master possible with an architectural bachelor degree? Yes, so thank you for the question. Yes, it is possible. What we recommend, though, when you do application and you submit the documents, what we ask for is your portfolio. And that's great because you still have a design background. We recommend, if it is possible for you, to put into 1 or 2 projects maximum in the product design field, so that also we can evaluate you in the field. But yes, I wouldn't be worried, in my opinion. We do have a lot of students in the design field that, mix and go all directions in the design field. So I'm not worried about that. It is possible. Then I see, first of all, thank you for the seminar. Thank you for being here. I'm a senior student in English language and literature. I'm trying to find my own path. I'm interested in design, but I don't have any background about design. Do you think it will be difficult for me? This is a kind of a difficult question because keep in mind, we do have master's degree. So in order to enter, you need some skills in the field. For us, having a different background, it's not important. But when it comes to applying in design field, it's important that you do have the skills like 3D or right now I don't have anything up on my mind, but sorry for that. But AutoCAD, let's say, InDesign, Photoshop, 3D Max, Rhinos, just to mention a few of the softwares in the design field. It will be very important to have them. So in my opinion, if you're very interested in this path, I would recommend you to maybe follow some courses prior, and then you can definitely try and apply for the master. You can give it a shot anyway. Then I see another question. I love questions, so great. I am a third-year student of fashion design, right? I want certificate program. How long is it and between what months? Okay, so the fashion design master, you mean certificate program in terms of master? Wait, let me see. Because we do have, in terms of programs, we do have masters that are the, our main program anyway. And the master is 10 months long or 13 months long if you want the double award. While apart from the masters, we do have the semester programs. There are 3 months and a half in which our students do the first 2 mandatory modules of the master. And we also have short courses, and the short courses are 4 weeks. At the moment are done online, the short courses. But these are all the programs that we have, and their length. So the master is 10 or 13 months. The semester is 3 months and a half, and the short course is 4 weeks. So this is all that we have in terms of programs. And then I see, thank you for the seminar. Thank you again for being here. So I don't know if there are other questions. There could be other questions. Okay, I think there are not. Okay, oh, look at this. Look at the questions coming. Okay, so I see. Are you looking GPA for master? Depends, because for the master accredited by the Italian Ministry of Education only, it's not GPA we focus on. We focus mainly on portfolios, motivational letter, and CV. While when it comes to double award, since our awarding institution is Regent's University London, they require a minimum of GPA that is 2.7, if I'm not mistaken, in Turkey. So yes, if you're interested in the double award, we will need to evaluate also your GPA. While for the only Italian accredited one, not really. We're not interested in GPA, especially because we have students from very different backgrounds, but we look at your portfolio and your skills to enter. That's what we look for. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, very nice. Okay, I'm just waiting if something shows up, but I think I've covered it all. I hope I've explained myself quite well. I hope you got everything. In case you do have more questions, the agency Academix is very good. So they've been our partner for a big while now. So we know them quite well. So in case you do have questions more after the presentation, feel free to ask them. And in case they will revert back, and I will revert back. So
Paola, thank you very much for the presentation. Actually, it was really nice. Also, nice opportunity for me to refresh everything. And it was really nice to have you again.
Thank you.
The number of participants was really good, actually. To be honest, I was not expecting that many students going today. And thanks for all the participants. And we really appreciate your time and hopefully see you soon. Actually, we got one more question.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, yeah. No, I just wanted to say, I know that right now everything is with the Zoom. Unfortunately, I cannot meet you all personally, physically, but we will we will do it after all of this finishes. So thank you guys for being here to this online seminar. We will do it in presence soon. So I'm studying in technical architecture in Istanbul. Is the English language certificate of our school accepted as a graduate application? So if your university, in terms of talking about documents, if your university, the medium of instruction of your university was 100% English, you don't need to submit the English certificate. If you graduated no more than 2 years ago. So if you graduated less than 2 years ago and your medium of instruction was English, what we will ask you is simply the certificate stating that the medium of instruction was English. So nothing more than that. In your case, if I got the question right, you won't need to submit it. Sorry, just a couple of more info regarding documents. Your counselor definitely will follow you in case you're interested, but we usually, in terms of mandatory documents, what we ask for are motivational letter, very strong one, CV, portfolios, but not all master require portfolio. For example, fashion management, luxury brand management, business design, and service design do not require the portfolio, while the other one, yes, they do. And the English certification. These are, let's say, the 3 mandatory and four super important documents that we need to have alongside, obviously, your BA and the transcripts, because this is important. I see another question. Can you give some information about the courses? Which courses? You mean the online ones or the semesters? Don't know. Let's see. Regarding what I can tell you about the other courses, so I've presented to you mainly the masters that are, let's say, our biggest programs. Then we do also have semester courses. Again, they are 3 weeks, sorry, not 3 weeks, 3 months and a half. And what they do, you have seen probably the structure of the master. The semester students do the first 2 modules of the master, the ones that are mandatory, and that's it. And what they get at the end of the 3 months and a half is a certificate of attendance. No credits are given in that case because they are not accredited programs. If you were asking me about the online short courses, we do have them. They are 4 weeks. And they are, again, always in English, like all the programs, and they are general to the area that you choose. We do have different intakes each year, but if you're interested in short courses, let us know so we can send you the brochure with more detailed information. But as an info, they are 4 weeks at the moment online, and we're planning, let's say, for some time later to do it in presence as soon as will be possible. But for 4 weeks, it's kind of, it will be online. I'm studying physical education and sport teacher. Do you have master program about my department? Not really. I don't think so. I don't think if you want to become a sport teacher, no, not really. We do not have masters or programs going towards that direction. Sorry for that.
Hüseyin Bey, bahsettiğiniz soruyla alakalı olarak zaten şu an Yunus Bilgi danışmanımız şu an size assign edilmiş görünüyor. Kendisi zaten haberdar durumda. Olası opsiyonlarla alakalı kendisi size dönüş yapacaktır. Buradan onu da söylemek isterim.
Tamam, teşekkür ederim. Sağ olun.
Ben teşekkür ederim. Paola, thank you very much again. It was really nice to have you.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Informative and fruitful presentation of all the participants today. Let me give you some announcement for the further events in coming days. Arkadaşlar 23 Mart'ta bizim University of Cattolica tam adıyla İtalya'daki bir üniversite. Kendileriyle yine benzer bir formatta yaklaşık 1 saatlik bir online webinarimiz olacak. Keza o da saat 3'te başlayacak. Etkinlikler kısmından okuyabilirsiniz. Onu da web sitemizi ziyaret ederek. Keza yine katılım formu oluşturduğumuz takdirde de e-mail ve SMS ile haber vereceğiz. 31 Mart'ta yine İtalya'daki bir tasarım ağırlıklı bir okul var. Istituto Marangoni bizimle birlikte olacak. Okul yetkilisiyle birlikte. Ve akabinde de 20 Nisan'da yine saat 3'te yine aynı formatta bu sefer yine bir tasarım okulu olan NABA'yı ağırlayacağız. Bu etkinlikler için ayrı ayrı form doldurabilirsiniz ya da size ulaşacak danışmana haber verirseniz diğer etkinlikleri de size hatırlatma yapabilir. Let me check if there any other question is waiting. I guess no.
Thank you. You're welcome. So thank you very much, guys, for being here.
Thank you very much and have a nice day.
You too.
Yes.
Have a good rest of the day.
Have a safe day. Bye bye.
Bye.
Görüşmek üzere. Kendinize çok iyi bakın. Tekrardan görüşürüz diye umuyorum.